Welcome to Sage Sisters. We are sisters, besties, moms, and co-founders having a fun catch-up on parenting and life. Hey, I'm Ann.
And I'm Kate. Welcome to the Sage Sisters podcast. Ann, you want to tee us up today?
I would love to. I am very excited because anytime we do like a content roundup, it's a very fun podcast because not a lot of like prep or thought beforehand because we're just going to flow with like
way to sell
honest opinions of what we're watching, what's in the news, all the things. But content roundup's just fun. It makes my morning feel like it's a game.
Well, speaking of amazing content, if you have not rated the Sage Sisters podcast, man, we would really appreciate it. You go back to where you downloaded the podcast and you scroll down. Most people, my friends, go, I'd love to. I have no idea how to do a review. I've never done a review. So I'm like, go back to where you downloaded it, scroll down and punch some stars. You don't even have to write anything.
I love that you just mansplained that. But it is true, though. I only probably know how to rate things in detail because of the fact that we have a podcast.
Totally.
I don't think
I'm not saying I ever reviewed anything before either, but here we are needing it. So figure it out, peeps. Figure it out.
Help us. All
right. What's your high?
We just had spring break last week, which was an early spring break.
Yes, I know. I feel like I haven't talked to you in a million years.
It's been a minute. So I'm like excited to pod because we have a lot to talk about. But we had a great spring break. We did not do anything. I said this on the pod last week before spring break. We have a big trip coming up in April. So we decided just to do things around Nashville. And both my husband and I tried to take some time with the kids. So we weren't doing a lot of work with the kids home. You know what I mean?
How did you guys split that up? Because I'm asking for a friend, also known as myself. We have spring break in 2 weeks. And Chris and I really haven't thought about it much.
Well, you and I talked about this, so I took the week off.
Yeah, you needed it.
Phil did what he could, and he did a great job. So I went into it with a very easy mindset. You know, we had picked a couple things that we were going to do around the city ahead of time.
Did you have like a thing a day ready, or did you not worry about that?
We did, so pretty much a thing a day, but some of the things were really casual. So like we did the zoo one day, and that was more for Lily, our youngest.
I don't consider that casual though.
No, that wasn't a casual one. Okay. That was a bigger one.
Yeah.
And we had so much fun. The weather was a little dicey, so that's why we couldn't plan too far ahead because we had a lot of rain and things. But the weather held off. It was warm enough. And, little trips like that the kids had a blast. We had so much fun. We could have been anywhere and we would have had a good time. You know what I mean? And we were very like all day, casual, didn't push it too far, but also we were having fun. Came back, didn't have anything in the evening. So we made a good dinner, things like that.
Yeah.
Then we did the new Tiger Woods Pop Stroke, which is he has a couple places around the country. They just opened up in Nashville like a couple months ago, but it's basically like a very aggressive, very fun indoor, outdoor putt-putt, like a high-end putt-putt.
I was originally thinking when I heard he was doing something that it was going to be like Topgolf, but it's more putt-putt.
It's putt-putt. So I was kind of thinking, is there simulators involved too? Because he has that simulator league.
Okay.
It was just putt-putt, but it was really cool. So the courses looked fun. They were, again, high-end, nice.
Yeah.
Multiple courses. So there were 18 holes per course and 3 courses.
It was a lot of putt-putt.
But you could stay all day or you could just do one. It didn't matter. Okay. And they had like nice bar, food, other games like shuffleboard, ping pong, cornhole, a playground. So we spent the entire day there. We just took our time. And of course, we have a couple golf-loving people. So we couldn't get Ace off of the putt-putt. In fact, we did all 3 courses and the kid wouldn't sit down.
You did all 3 courses?
Of course we did. And then he went round 4 and we were like, do it on your own. So we looked like the worst parents though, because the people, it started to get more crowded. So we did it really early and it was perfect. But when Ace wanted to go around, he's like, can I do it by myself? So we were like sitting
That's hilarious.
Where the food section is, where we could see the putt-putt, but he was like going around the golf course. And you could see the group of people behind him being like, where's his parents? And also, like, do they love him? Because, you know, he would be like hitting a hole in one. You could see him like do like a thing, but he was by himself. So then they were like cheering him on, and I just was laughing. They were trying to adopt him, like, you know, as their own. And
you want to scream, you don't know this is the 4th round of 18 holes.
That's what I said. I finally went over to like go watch the last 3 holes with them, and they were like, "Oh, are you the mom?" And I was just throwing in those like make me feel better. Like,
totally
we've been here since 9:30 a.m. It's 4:30 p.m. Just so you know, we've been here all day. He's had a lot of love.
Oh, I love it.
Anyways, it was just a really great weekend. And then yesterday we spent just relaxing and getting our house back together, yard stuff. Kids played outside all day. So honestly, it was a delight.
Okay, let's do a mental health check-in post spring break, because sometimes you need a vacation from your vacation if your first vacation had kids.
Yeah.
How's your mental health?
Honestly, it was great.
You're feeling a little recharged.
I feel a little recharged. Now, this morning, I made myself some cottage cheese bagel, like avocado bagel situation, just to kind of treat myself.
Okay.
And
you had a little Sunday scaries.
A little Sunday scaries. A little like, I just want to sit, have some good food alone, sip some coffee, and then get ready to work. But I was proud of myself.
Good,
Ann. Mental headspace.
Love it. Love it. That sounds fun.
And Pop Stroke, baby. Check it out.
You know, that sounds great. I'm sure my kids would love it. It reminded me when you were saying it, I've been to one that's sort of like a pickleball beer garden kind of thing.
Yeah.
These are popping up and they're great. It's like family, but also fun. It's like, I'm into these.
You know, we got there very early. Like I said, it opens up at 9 a.m. We were like first in line. Like, and I gotta say, at like 10:30, 11, Phil and I were like, would this be fun for like an adult birthday party too? Like, should we take like a party bus over here with our friends? Like, how fun would that be for my birthday? And then it was like, you know, by 4:30, we're like, I don't know. You know, maybe it's just a kid thing.
The full
like, this place is epic. All right, we're ready to roll.
And we're sick of kids, actually, it turns out. That's funny.
Anyways, what's your high?
Well, the parents are out here as we speak visiting, and I'm very lucky. Like, I do not live close to Indiana. I live in Northern California. So to schlep out here is a real commitment. It's a real, you know, couple flights. So I'm very grateful. They come basically here twice a year. We go back twice a year, and then we sprinkle in some others. So we get to see them a fair amount given how far away we live. But I wish it was more. Yeah. But every time they come out, it's lovely. So the kids did not have school Friday for no real good reason. Not spring break, just why the hell not? Let's just school.
Story of our lives. It's like, so we decided, are you in school or are you not?
Totally. So it was kind of like your zoo, but we took them down to the Monterey Aquarium.
Oh yeah, I love that place.
I haven't been since I think Grace was tiny, and I kind of, you know, it's less than 2 hours from here, but Chris was able to get the day off too, which made it fun. So we rolled down there, did the aquarium for a couple hours. Kids were great. It's super nice. It's the right size. It's not enormous. Like some zoos are like enormous and you almost feel like I'm exhausted walking around here. Yeah. This was pop to the different stuff. We stayed, I think 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours tops. Yeah. Perfect. And that included like a good cafe sesh for a bite. And then we did the 17-mile drive down to Pebble Beach. And the kids like were foaming at the mouth. They got a little beach time. They were like, we need to touch sand. So we stopped and they, you know, got sand everywhere and were living their best life.
Yeah.
And then there's a restaurant in Pebble Beach called The Bench, which is sort of like their casual one right on 18. Do you remember that when you guys went out there for Phil?
Yes, I do. Because a couple years ago, it wasn't Phil's 40th. It was his friend's 40th.
His friend's
we decided to go there. Gosh, it's like so magic. Good. It really is. It's like so pretty. And I don't know. It's kind of like how the other half live. You see it and you're like, wow, this is nice.
Yeah. And some people look like they were regulars. I was like, oh, I see you working.
And I just said other half. I meant like top 2%.
Yeah. The other half being the 1% of the 1%.
1%. Yeah.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
So we had a great day. And then, of
Good.
course, Grace and I napped on the drive home, as we do.
You two are two peas in a pod. That's hilarious.
It was funny at the restaurant. She was getting worn out. Like, she had the
Mm.
most energy and was like buzzing around the aquarium. And at lunch, we had a 2 p.m. reservation. And like
Yeah.
3, I look over, 3:30. She's getting lower and lower in her
Yeah.
chair. She basically like passed out at the table.
Yeah.
So, but it was truly lovely. And then we did a pub crawl with the parents on Saturday.
I saw
It
the
was
pictures. It looked so
aggressively
fun.
early. It started at noon, and I was like, "Ooh, are we
Yeah.
really gonna do this?" And then I show up, and they were like, "First drink is a whiskey sour." I was like, "Like, I'm here, I'm
Yeah,
ready."
you're like, I couldn't possibly wait a minute.
This feels way too early. Anyways, I was hammered by 1 p.m. Very fun though. So we had a babysitter for the kids and like did that. So that was
Yeah.
like something I thought memorable that the parents and us enjoyed.
I love that.
Then the neighbors had a little casual get together. We did that. We just been crushing it over here. No big deal.
Feels like a good mix of mostly kid stuff, but then a little adult stuff. Like that's
Well, and we had a
perfect.
lot of like kids sports around that, which was
Mhm.
great. They loved
Yeah.
to see it.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was a wonderful weekend and they
I
leave
love that.
tomorrow. So today's the last day and we'll do something fun after the kids get off school.
Well, when you get the parents out there, I'm always so happy for you because you do live further away. So it's
Mhm.
exciting to have them and seeing the pictures. It's super cute. And
What's
you
your
guys
low?
crushed it. You guys crushed it.
Crushed, nailed it.
All right. So my low is a little St. Patty's Day low, if you will.
Okay.
We have a neighbor who was hosting his company does marathons and runs, and he was doing a very fun beer mile
Mm-hmm.
for St. Patrick's Day, the night before everyone was actually doing the race. So
Okay.
a couple people who were actually racing the next day did this with us.
Okay.
But we
the
did,
race was this weekend?
yes, so it was on
Okay.
Friday. And a couple weeks ago, after a martini, I got asked if I wanted to participate. And I was like, this sounds so fun. I'm in.
Yeah.
As it was creeping up, my nerves started to really settle in, which is like, I'm not running a ton, but a mile's not hard. But I don't drink beer. And I haven't drank beer in a very long time.
Yes. I would even maybe go so far as to say like gluten sensitive.
Gluten sensitive, haven't chugged a beer. If we're doing any kind of events that require that, which is few and far between these days, it's a seltzer or something. You know, I cannot do beer. But in my mind, I was like, thinking about myself in my 20s, like it's not that hard.
I'm still fun. It's only
It's just a mile. Long story short.
Oh boy.
We compete. I was the only contestant to puke. It was brutal.
Because
it
you
was
chugged
so
it or just
hard.
like when you were running after?
So you have to chug a whole beer.
I'm a bad
and
chugger.
It was cold. Then you have to run a quarter mile. Chug a whole beer, run a quarter mile.
Ew.
4 beers. So on the 3rd beer, I take off and I'm middle of the pack. I knew I wasn't going to win. I showed up and there were some people there that were legit runners and they were in their 20s. It's like, you're chugging that beer and running and you're no problem. One of the guys who I died so Phil did this with me too. And Phil was like, I think I could maybe compete. We show up and there's a 21-year-old and on his thigh was his 5K fastest time. He tattooed on his thigh. This kid did 4 beers and a mile in 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Wow. I couldn't drink 4 beers in 6 minutes.
No. So anyways, long story short, just to be the only one that puked, and I didn't know I was going to puke.
Was it a messy public puke?
I was around the corner, but people saw me and I thought it was a burp. So I thought I was burping and I puked and it went straight down the front of me. And it was a lot. And so anyways, I got a 2-minute penalty. Just my absolute, just my soul crushed.
Then you still had a whole beer left. That's even worse.
I had to do a whole beer and it was a nightmare. So
that doesn't, even sometimes they'll have like tennis events and it's like, we're going to drink a bunch and then play tennis. And I'm like, nah. Sometimes I do that and it's like, drink. Yeah, exactly. We're going to put those in sequential order now.
Well, it was funny though, because my puke, they tried to clean it up, but it couldn't be cleaned too much overnight. And it was similar, like kind of close to the finish line. So we were laughing. all these runners the next day were doing a legit race, and they were like, well, someone left it all out there, and they have no idea it was like me for the beer mile the night before. But anyways,
Sick.
I puked and rallied, though. I felt much better after that.
Yeah. Gross. Okay.
What's your low? Hard to follow the puke and rally, if I'm being honest.
It is. I was just I'm grateful. Like, we are very much in like spring. It's like high 80s out here. It's crazy. We're
I'm so
in almost
jealous.
summer, I would say. Pools were pulling this weekend and all the things, but the allergies are bananas. And my daughter Grace has them really bad. Like, her eyes have just been like red.
Yeah.
And kind of Ms. So like, I feel legitimately bad. She's also going through the orthodontics, so just having to really she's in a bad headspace right now. Luckily, the parents are out here that brightened her spirits, but she's going through it. But even me, like, I feel like I've been like seasonal allergy off the wazoo. So I've been taking the Claritin and doing the eye drops and doing all the things. And I had like a watery eye at Calvin's game.
Yeah.
You know, like some probably pollen or something got in. I mean, I would look like I was weeping at his game. I wanted to, like, you defending Ace golfing alone. I wanted to like be everyone. Like, I'm not crying over his football game. I got a freaking something in my eye.
I love my son, but this is too far. I'm not crying over
Yeah,
it.
It was like championship game. I'm over there weeping. I've had shit in my eye for 5 days. I don't know what's going on.
Listen, allergies is the pits, but I will take that over the fact that we had a tornado come through last night, or, tornado warning, and the temperatures dropped so much that now it's flurrying outside.
No.
It was 70 degrees yesterday. We were out playing in the yard. It was windy, but we were out playing. And then now it's so cold that they're canceling sports and stuff tonight because it's down in the 30s again.
What a weird turn of events.
So I do hate allergies, and I feel bad because Phil and Ace both have allergies really badly. So I know exactly what you're saying. It's just miserable to see them. But I'll also take it any day over flurrying in the March. Spring break flurries. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Okay, well, do you want to move to the Everything's Not Awful segment?
Yeah.
We got some good feedback on that, so that's nice.
Well, I just think what a delightful segment. I always want to do an Everything's Not Awful.
Well, it was funny. I was telling Mom, we added this to our new podcast, like thinking she would like it because she's, just such a sweetheart. And she goes, you're copying David Muir of, she's in love with
she's in love with David Muir.
Totally. But I guess he ends every news segment with like a happy news story.
Oh, that's funny.
Which I had no clue about, obviously.
Of course she would take David's side over us.
So she took David's side.
That man.
Yes, she is.
We're
copying David Muir, everybody. Here we are.
I didn't realize her obsession. It's funny when you we don't hang out with her every night, right? We see her often, but I'm not watching the news with her when we're hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
And then she came and stayed, and we went up and stayed with them. And she was literally like, I don't have plans, except at whatever time, 5 p.m., we have to watch David Muir. And I was like,
we have to watch it live.
That's kind of a funny thing. Like,
retired people have a lot of time. And I think, like, especially if you have a big personality, both of our parents have big personalities, but it's like, they're getting even more like character, like, they have more time and they can become more obsessed with David Muir. And
well, I went down a weird rabbit hole too of trying to find about his love life. I don't know why. Like, I was just like, well,
what'd you find? Because I'm kind of curious.
There is nothing out there. This guy is like a ghost with his personal life.
He's paying someone off to keep it scrubbed.
Totally. It makes me more intrigued, to be honest.
I gotta say, now I'm obsessed. I wasn't before, but maybe this is what started it. I mean, I think he's kind of good looking.
He's so good looking. I totally get it.
He's got a nice low voice, and he tells happy news stories, and we're ripping him off.
Well, how about I'll kick you off with welcome back to Everything's Not Awful.
Okay. This story made me tear up. I don't know if it was the allergies or if it was this story, but there was a veteran who passed away. He was older, and a lot of his family had already passed. He didn't have a lot of people at his funeral, and they somehow announced it, and hundreds of strangers showed up at this veteran's funeral, and they had footage of it. And I mean, you mix a patriotic story with like a sweet old man and people showing up for him that didn't even know him. Man, it got me.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll attach the story so you can see the pictures, but it was no known family and here comes the strangers. Good job, humanity.
Good
job,
job.
humanity.
People doing good for strangers, there is something very sweet there.
Yeah.
All right. Good one.
Okay, now let's move into more important stuff like content.
Let's do it. Where should we start?
I was kind of obsessed with March Madness and basketball, but do you want to start with Oscars?
Yeah, let's get Oscars out of the way because
Okay.
I don't love award shows. Whether that's controversial or not, I'm going to say it here.
Do you think I was kind of hypothesizing? I think they're not as popular as they used to be.
They're
Does
not.
that feel right?
According to my really tight scientific facts of Juicy Scoop, Heather McDonald, they are losing viewerships.
Okay.
And they're just not, I don't think people care as much, but the fashion is still there. And I also like Conan. So Conan was the host.
Yep.
But to me, I am not in the industry, so I have a hard time. Like, I don't really care if it's the Critics' Choice versus the Oscars versus whatever. I know Oscars is like supposed to be way more important to the actors, but I don't know. I've already seen these same movies nominated for 4 different other award shows in the last 2 months. I could care less.
There are a little bit too many
in a row.
Know? And I don't know the difference between, we got Academy, we got SAG, we got.
It's like people who voted differently. It's like this group votes for this group votes for that. This is the other actors voting for you, so they like it more. I don't know, whatever.
I kind of think we need one for movies and one for TV a year, and we call it a day.
I agree.
But
well, hit me with your hot topics, because again, Conan, I saw a couple clips. I thought he did well. I like him.
I love Conan.
I do too.
I want to start listening to his podcast. I'm going to tee that up because I do find I miss his like late night show, which I used to watch.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see if I can get that same Conan off his podcast.
Conan, one little side note of Conan. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't seen it, go dig for this clip, which is, did you see this where the group from Will Arnett and Conan and who is Jason Bateman. Okay.
Oh, the
so they all have guys? Smartless guys and Conan. They all have a very good friendship just in life.
Yeah.
And Conan's parents, unfortunately, passed kind of back to back. And it was a dark, very upsetting time for him. But they had this kind of bit that were talking about on a podcast. And it was so funny.
I know what you're talking about.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. So Will Arnett texted Conan, something. Oh, gosh, I'm going to kind of forget it. And then Conan about Jason Bateman, and he said, "Well, it's all it's Jason Bateman's fault that his parents died." Mm-hmm. And this bit went back and forth, and I'm doing a terrible job describing it, but it was a pretty funny moment, and it made me appreciate them because it was true friendship in a dark moment, trying to make it lighthearted, and it brought me joy.
Yeah, I'm Team Coco all the way.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the fashion, which is really more of my interest than the movies. I haven't seen most of these movies, and most of them don't appeal to me. So I'm not that interested to see them. Mm-hmm. But the fashion I'm always here for. So I thought, and I was thinking of you, but did you see Kate Hudson's dress? It was sort of like green, had a little structured peplum. I was like, Anne would look insane in this dress. This is your perfect Oscar dress, I think.
I'm going to find it right now.
Okay, what do you think?
I'm going through.
It's like your color too. I feel like her coloring's your coloring.
I love Kate Hudson. So to me, she can do no wrong because her fashion, I think she has great fashion.
Well, this was a winner, I thought. This was one of my best dresses.
Great. Oh, a peplum.
Don't you think that would look so good on you?
Totally. I mean, obviously the peplum hides some things for us. She does not need to hide some things.
No, but it's just curvy. It's the right color. Yeah. I thought she looked great. I loved Emma Stone's dress. There was a lot of white. Yeah. Some of which looked very bridal to me. Mm-hmm. But this one didn't, I think, because it was sort of maybe sequined or something. But I thought it was really classy.
Well, like Gwyneth Paltrow, I'm looking at her now. She is very simple and she looks gorgeous, but it does look a little bridal because she looked a little bridal.
And there was a lot of white. I mean, it was like duck feathers and white was like sort of the two Venn diagrams that were dominating the feathers everywhere.
Feathers everywhere. Nicole Kidman is actually looking very pretty in this. And she does this thing, though, which is controversial, which is she's wearing a skin tone dress with a very fair skin.
Mm-hmm.
And as somebody who has very fair skin, I think it's a tough look to pull off.
You think you have very fair skin?
Yeah. I mean, not right
No.
now, currently, but because I sat outside a lot this weekend, but I have pretty fair
She's like,
skin.
got white skin.
Yeah. It's just a little bit, I
I
like
think,
a little
again, I
breakup
just
of
think
the
the
color.
feathers didn't do her any favors. We had feathers all over the place, and I didn't like one feather dress.
What about Tiona?
I mean, this goes into the category of she's so hot, anything would look good. But I don't
Mhm.
think that dress would look good on. No, I didn't like the dress.
Yeah.
She's
It
just hot, so it's like she looked pretty, but
I was
no.
gonna say it's pretty because it's tight fitting and she looks hot. You're right. But the
And like
feathers,
Demi Moore's was like, she looked pretty, but and hers at least wasn't white. There was a lot of white feathers, which I was like, I'm out on that.
the thing I like about Demi's is the color. It's like a emerald
It's better.
green.
Hers was better, but still,
And
I'm like,
the feathers at the bottom are very pretty, but there's too much up top.
mm-hmm.
It's like she's wearing an upside down mop. It's like, the
Yeah.
feather duster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Okay. I don't even know who this person is. I'm sorry, Barbie, but Barbie Fiera. But she had a stunner of a dress that
Let's see.
I always like Zach Posen, and he's now at Gap. So this was like a Gap dress by Zach Posen. Are they doing high fashion? I didn't know that, but it was just such this like bright blue, and I'm kind of into it. But I thought she looked
she's
hot.
in Euphoria. There you go. She's an
Okay.
actress
I haven't
in
seen that one.
Euphoria.
Anyways, I thought that was great. Rose Byrne. I always feel nervous I'm saying her last name wrong because it's got a Y in it.
That's right.
Check out her dress. This might have been my favorite of the whole night.
Okay, I'm checking it out
And then I'm going to make you rank my top 4.
Okay, it's pretty.
Okay, you didn't love it as much as I did.
No, I'm trying to look at the details of it. To me, it's a black, almost mermaid style dress, like tight with a little bit of
like
flare
some
at the
embroidered
end.
flowers.
Strapless,
Yes.
but structured.
Yep.
With some embroidered flowers. Very pretty. I don't love a strapless, but it looks great on her.
Okay.
So for me, Kate Hudson takes the cake over
Hers
this
is
one.
strapless though, but all right.
The way it's laying is different. Was
Okay.
it strapless? Oh, it looked much more
because it had
enjoyable
more
to
of
me.
like a sweetheart neck as opposed
Okay.
to a straight across neck.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so if you have Kate Hudson, Emma Stone, Barbie Fiera, and Rose Byrne, what's your top 4?
All right. Let me look up Emma Stone really quickly. Got it. Now she is wearing a white, very pretty but very shiny gown. It is very pretty on her, but I don't know if this is my favorite. Okay, so I'm going. What are my top 4 again?
Kate Hudson, Emma
Hudson.
Stone, Barbie Fiera, Rose Byrne.
Okay, so I'm going Kate Hudson number 1.
I knew you would.
She looks great. It's like a sage color too. How are we not to say that as number 1?
Exactly. Must love it.
All right, so then I'm going Emma Stone. I really think it's a pretty shiny color.
Pretty neckline too.
It would be awful on the average person. Like this would look awful on me.
I don't know.
No, that would be awful. I'm going to tell you here and now. There is no forgiveness in that middle section.
Yeah, that middle section probably is shining in all the wrong places over here.
I can't. It would be like my worst nightmare would be like you have to show up in public in that outfit. I'd rather puke and rally again, to be honest.
Okay, Barbie or Rose?
I'm going Rose, then Barbie. I thought
you
the
didn't
blue,
like that Barbie one as much as I did.
The Barbie blue was very pretty, but it's still 4th in that lineup.
Okay. Any others that hit your hot button that I didn't call out?
I'm always you hate when I bring up Kylie Jenner.
Okay, maybe I missed her. She didn't make my top list.
No, it's kind of a ridiculous outfit and you're not going to like it.
Let me look.
It actually looks like it looks like she is a porn star maybe. It's like bright red sequins with a keyhole.
I feel like you're just obsessed with her body.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Okay.
Right.
That's not it for me.
It almost looks trashy now that I look at it.
Yeah, to me it's giving she probably has clear platform shoes on with it.
All right, let me look up one more thing. Oh, I actually did like this. Let me find who it is. I don't know who this is. No, never mind. I don't like it. Chase Infinity was in this purple color that I thought was really pretty. But the
Was
more I
it
look at it, the more I dislike it.
there was a pink one that sort of caught my mind. Do
Mm,
you have a picture of it there? Let me see it.
yeah, it's
Because I probably saw it. I just can't remember who that
this
is.
one right here.
Yeah, I thought that was more
It's
pink. It's
it's
pretty.
it's pretty, but now that I look at it, I don't like how much materials on one side. So no, you've nailed it. Those are the top 4. How do you put those in order? Same ones.
I actually think I'm going to give it to Barbie.
Whoa, you're going royal blue as number 1.
Yeah. Also, like square neckline. She's got a big cleavage, so it's just like,
Yeah.
but
Like the
hot.
cartoon. Ooh.
Well, it's about flattering. I thought it was like incredibly
Yeah,
flattering on her
right.
and different in a sea of
Mhm.
black and white. That
Yeah.
popped for me.
Yeah.
Um, I'll go Rose second, Kate Hudson third, Emma Stone fourth.
Rose second. I mean, this is why the world goes round. People are different.
And again, I just like looking at her. I thought it was so flattering. I think I do give a lot of points for flattering.
The older I get, the more I just want flattering.
And I thought just like she looked like hourglass. And
Mhm.
she's not like even so curvy, She doesn't have a Kylie Jenner level curve, but yet in this she looks like total curve. I just thought this was just so stinking flattering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm actually
She
really
looks like a
embarrassed
real
I brought
movie
up.
star too.
That's it. The old Hollywood glam too always gets me, which Emma Stone was kind of that for me. Old
Mhm.
Hollywood glam. Wave it in. I would like to go on the record to say I would like to scratch Kylie Jenner from my topic. I just saw a clip of her and she looked really pretty sitting down. Now that I see that dress, I'm horrified. I said it out loud as fashion.
Yeah, and then the men don't need to be mentioned because I don't care about them.
Agreed. Yada yada yada.
A lot of nice tuxes. Here's what I thought. A lot of nice tuxes and some weird ones trying to stand out that didn't work.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mentioned the best part.
I mentioned the bisque. All right. What else you got?
Let's move out of Oscars, shall we?
Okay. I know I'm such like a sports lunatic, but the parents were also out here, so we watched Purdue and they won the Big
Oh
Ten
yeah.
championship.
Mhm.
But I'm like got March Madness on my mind. I can't wait to do my bracket.
Selection Sunday just hit. Now we have brackets this week to fill out.
Yes.
So I get very excited about March Madness too, and just watching the games. Like coming up
Mhm.
Friday will be so fun.
I know.
It's it's just a fun time
Chris is
of
going to
year.
Reno with his buddies. I'm pretty jealous.
Don't tell Phil that. They booked like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Actually, maybe it was COVID because it got canceled. All of our husbands
It was
plus
the
some
Vegas
friends
trip.
had tickets. They had
Mhm.
Vegas planned and they were going to March Madness. And this was like a trip they had been planning forever. And then it got canceled.
Yes.
And every year he brings it up. And I'm
Well,
like,
maybe
at some
some
point
year.
you guys will rebook it. It just hasn't happened again.
Here's the thing, and it's hard to be me because it's like, yes, I am the female of the group, but I'm bigger basketball fan than my husband.
I know.
You know,
I agree.
I need to be the one going to Vegas.
Listen, I'm coaching 2 basketball teams
Me
over
too. We're
here.
the coaches.
We're the
We
ones
need a
that need to
Vegas
go to March
trip.
Madness.
I want to go to the sports book and bet on every game.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, let's just do it. Push them aside. We'll do it next year.
Yeah, men schmen. Don't care about your fashion. Don't care about your basketball trips. I want it.
I also think it's cute too because there's a couple brackets that our kids are in now, which I think are fun. We do a neighborhood one.
Mhm.
A mom of Ace's group of friends started it for their kid, their age group, which is super cute. So
I
all
love
of
when there's like a mom kid like fantasy league
Mhm.
or March Madness pool. Like that's a cool way to bond with your kids, I think.
I think it's cool. The moms aren't doing it, by the way. We're setting it
Oh,
up for them, but they're doing
I
it.
see.
But no, I
I see.
agree though. Like we have like a kid parent one.
Mhm.
Anyways, I'm here for it. March Madness, here we come, baby.
Well, and arguably like at the same level of excitement for me as Survivor 50. We just did our Survivor drafts. I'm very excited.
It's so fun. This
So fun.
show has been going on forever, 58
Yeah.
seasons, but it is so good. And
hmm
I love that we have a draft.
Well, I actually am in 2 Survivor drafts.
What? You're
Yeah.
cheating on us?
Well, the old Stanford roommates got back together. We're running it back. So every
Okay.
family has one team. So we did our draft last night. So should be
That's
fun.
cute.
Yeah.
Well, it just makes it more enjoyable when the family watches and we have people we're competing for.
hmm
And the
It's silly.
strategizing of the draft was so cute. So we had to do it on Friday.
Yeah.
And that was a day where I had Ace. We were doing a little golf thing. Was it Thursday or Friday? I can't
Mm.
remember. But anyways, I had Ace solo. And then we were heading to the gym afterwards. And we sat in the cafe to be the ones drafting. And we had to like call Phil to be like, what do you think of this choice?
hmm
As we were doing it. But the strategy and just the talk through of this was so cute. It was very much bonding and I loved it.
So the parents don't usually watch Survivor, but they were here. So we made them watch it with us.
Mm-hmm.
And their observation I thought was interesting. They said, your kids are picking up so much interpersonal dynamic nuance
Totally.
watching that show. Like
Yeah.
the way they were talking to you about like, oh, wow, he didn't handle that well.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, I didn't kind of appreciate how much nuance is in that. And I was thinking about that. There's something kind of to that.
100%.
Yeah.
And they're like the social aspect of it is so good for them to see.
Yeah, they're like learning why somebody's annoying and why
right.
someone feels close to somebody else. I don't know. It's kind of I never really thought of it through that lens, but for them, that's like what they noticed.
Listen, we're doing a service to our kids by watching
Totally.
Survivor with them.
Okay. And I love a reality show competition, but Top Chef is back. But also Culinary Cup. Are you watching Padma's new one?
So I have not started it yet, but I can't wait. I'm very excited. We just haven't had time because I don't know. We just didn't have a ton of time to start a new show last week with the kids home. But Top Chef, and I know I will like Culinary Cup because I love Padma.
Yeah, it is a little bit more, I don't know. There's something so good about Top Chef. Almost like they get into the stories. You're rooting for them early. They feel like up and comers. This Culinary Cup is like the best of the best. It's more like an intense, sterile kind of competition.
So is it similar where you fall in love with the contestants or no? You're not really.
You do like some of them.
Okay.
It just like they're at Buddha's on it. Remember, he was like a Top
Love
Chef
Buddha,
guy.
and I saw him on the previews.
And then I didn't even know this existed, but there's some international cooking competition that has a fancy name that you probably know from your wine days. But there's a couple winners from that. These guys are all Michelin stars, so it is good. But it doesn't have that up and comer feeling. Not quite as like warm and fuzzy as a Top Chef, but I still like it. I'll still watch it.
Give me a cooking show though, and it's hard for me not to like. Cooking competition. It's kind of, and when they're that talented, I do not like the ones where it's like bad cooks or worst cooks of America. It's like, get it out of here. I don't want to see a bad cook. I want to watch somebody who inspires me.
I do like Master Chef too, even though I've kind of fallen off of it. And Next Level Chef, where it's like normal people sort of.
What's the right palatable? It's fine.
Yeah. Good word, Ann. That's good for you.
Yeah. Thanks, palatable. All right.
Okay. I read a good book. Are you got to plug for something?
Yeah. Let me get my bad TV out of the way before you start plugging books.
Okay, Ann.
I have been watching with Bill The Night Agent on Netflix. Now,
I don't know. Which one is it?
It's like a spy, palatable spy show.
Okay. Don't you got one fancy word, now you're gonna overuse it.
Yeah, just that's it. I just had to say it one more time. But the parents also watch it too. So it kind of has some range just with like people watching it. But the first season came out like 2 years ago.
Is this the British one or is there another one, Night Manager or something?
Yeah, that's different. This is different. But it's like a younger guy who is basically turning into a spy. He's like a night agent where they have to be on the phones waiting for spies to call in, like for backup help or whatever. It's like a separate.
Did you ever see the movie Spy with Melissa McCarthy?
Yeah, exactly.
She's the one on the phone, like with
Yeah.
Jude Law.
It's not as funny, but it's like kind of
Yeah,
that's kind of the start of it,
got
right?
it.
And it's like separate from the CIA. It's a more secretive group,
Obviously.
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 So, anyways, any spy shows I really can get into. Now, are there a couple flaws in the writing? Like a couple
Whatever.
things where you're like, that's
I
not
don't need my spy
100%
shows to make
realistic.
sense. No, I don't need them to make
Agreed.
sense.
But it's very entertaining. And when there's not a ton of other ones on like that, it's really fun. So Phil and I were having a good time when we put the kids to bed. We'd pour a highball and watch The Night Agent.
Okay.
It's very fun. So we just finished season 2 and there's a season 3.
Okay. I
So
like it.
it's enjoyable.
I'm back. There's finally some new episodes of High Potential I'm catching up on.
Okay. Still recommend?
Love it.
Okay. Love it.
Obsessed. Also, there's like a fever pitch around Love Story, the JFK Jr.
Oh, yes.
Carolyn Bessette. I haven't watched it yet, but I have it on my save list. That's going to be next up for me.
I agree. I have not watched it either, but I will watch it. And I kind of it's one of those stories obviously in history that's very intriguing, and the more you learn about it and the more you learn about their personalities and just like how they even got together and the fashion. And the one thing that everybody's saying though is like Carolyn Bessette is now people are like posting all these things about her fashion and all these things, but the true her hated that. The reason she was so fashionable was because she was not going with the trends and just being very classic, and she did not love being in the spotlight. So, I don't know, I've been finding it interesting learning about them again.
Yeah. Well, it's just reached a fever pitch. Like I must be part of this cultural zeitgeist at this point.
100%. Let's jump on the bandwagon.
Okay.
All right, hit me with your book.
Well, Sarah, our older sister, recommended a book by Laura Wood called Let's Make a Scene. Rom-com, adorable, very fun, fast read, good pining. That's what I always look for in a it's like I want them really after. I want the tension high. I really enjoyed this one.
Give me a little bit, just a little snippet.
Okay, I think you'll like this backstory because they're both like famous actors. So one of them has super famous parents. The guy has super famous parents. He's kind of more of the like
He's a nepo baby.
Nepo baby. She, what I was picturing in my head was sort of Jennifer Lawrence, who kind of gets plucked from obscurity and like makes it on her own accord.
Okay.
So anyways, the first time they meet, she overhears this guy being an asshole about her. So they, enemies to lovers here. But the tension, and then they have to be in a fake relationship to, support their movie. Love that trope.
Yeah. So realistic nowadays too, I feel.
Well, and then, stuff happens and there's a 13-year gap between like, they have all this tension in their, early 20s, but now they're coming back as more complete people in their 30s.
Okay.
Because to make the sequel of this.
Great. All right. I'm in. I love it. I think that sounds sweet.
It was great. And they were likable characters. They had like a lot of other little, side characters that you were rooting for.
It feels like a movie I would want to watch too.
Totally. Yeah. So Let's Make a Scene. Watch it.
Okay.
A+.
I have downloaded the Audible for Project Hail Mary because the movie's coming out. Phil just read the book.
We're going to take the family to this movie.
Yes. So Ace is into the storyline as well. So we are actually going to listen to it, both of us.
Cute.
And then we're going to.
It actually comes out this week, which I'm quite excited about.
Yeah.
March 20th. So soon. I don't know if I'll make it like first weekend because we have my friend Lori visiting with her family, which will be fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I think it sounds really enjoyable. Do I need to be like waiting in line for Project Hail Mary at the theaters? No.
I don't know if is it going to be that vibe?
No, but I just don't need opening weekend. That's not my vibe either. It's like I could be chill and do that 3 weeks from now and be fine.
Yeah, exactly. I do feel like movies don't stay in the theaters as long as they used to. So it's a little bit like you got a month or two and that's, or you're out or you got to wait for streaming.
Yeah, no, it is true. I think this one feels like it will stay longer, but just because it's got some, people are excited about it. It's got some momentum, but
yeah,
I agree. And I have really enjoyed theater though. Like going back to the theater.
What do you mean?
Not like that. I mean, I
Oh, I
do
was
like
like,
theater
he's
a little. Yeah.
thespian. I was like, I thought you were going to plays.
I have been told I'm quite theatrical.
Oh my, I gotta tell that story. Anne and I were in New York. How
In
old
our
were we?
20s. You lived there,
20s.
didn't you? Or no, you
Oh
were about
yeah.
to move there even.
I was about to move there. So I was
Oh
22, so you were
my.
20.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have even been in the bars.
I had a fake ID, I guess, or I was fresh 21.
Whatever, we'll round up. So Anne and I are in our young 20s in New York. We're at some who knows what bar. Some guy comes up to hit on Anne and says, "You remind me of an actress." Right? Is that
Yeah.
the opening line?
It was something. He said, "Are you an actress?"
Are you an actress? You look so familiar, or something like that. And Anne replies, "No, but I've been told I'm quite theatrical." And I overheard this banter and I like screeched the record. I was like, "What?" Like,
You have to
I'm
have it
not
in my
gonna
face
let
for
that. I'm
years.
not gonna let that flirtation just play out. I gotta get that was. I don't know what that was, but that was something.
Every single time that I was flirting thereafter or anything, you would bring this story up.
Oh my
Or
god.
you just bring it up always. We did the Sage video for work the other week and we were doing something and you told the crew that story. Well, Anne thinks she's quite theatrical.
You know what? Some things stick.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I got a drink for both of us that night, I do believe. So you're
Well,
welcome.
yeah, we'll take it. Quite theatrical. All right, let's wrap up our content and move into our tech tip. This is definitely a shameless plug, but we are launching voice calling. And this is so exciting. This is for our Sage Haven app because now parents have said, I really just want my kid to only use Sage Haven, but I can't until you have voice calling because otherwise they have two numbers. We heard you. We're launching voice calling. So now your kid can use just Sage Haven to message and call. You can approve every single person coming in. And this also eliminates spam. So like if a number tries to call them, it's not in your phone. It blocks until you approve. So this is just like gives such a nice way for parents to build this slower on ramp to communication. So we're very excited. Check it out.
Yay. I have gotten some really early good feedback as well from early users saying that they started with family.
Mm-hmm.
So grandparents, cousins, they started using Sage Haven just to get used to it, understand what it's all about. And now they felt so comfortable with Sage Haven that they are allowing their kids to start communicating with approved friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of the entryway into messaging for your kids when they are to the age when they want to start communicating. So it's kind of exciting.
Very. Love the feedback. Keep it coming. All right, Anne, what's your obsession?
All right. My obsession is, even though it is now 30 degrees again, I am thinking about spring wardrobe. And I have a Viore skirt that I'm obsessed with. And
Tennis skirt or what's the vibe?
It's kind of a tennis skirt. So it's got
Okay.
shorts underneath, but it's high-waisted. It's got a band that kind of holds the middle section in a great way. It's very flattering. Speaking of flattering.
Yeah.
And it's called the Daily. And they have a 14-inch and a 16-inch. I got the 14-inch. It just is a classic everyday throw on. Now, I have worn it with sweaters to like dress it up, and I've also worn it to like the baseball field. So it's just, I have it in navy, and I went ahead and purchased it again in almost like the wine color.
You know, I'll say this. I, in my mom uniform, don't think about a tennis skirt for athleisure wear. But you wear that look very well. Like it's almost just like I got to get it in there because it looks good. It looks better than a short sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just like a little bit more zhuzhed up. I'm going to check this out. And I'm glad they have the 16-inch because sometimes they're just
for your tall legs. I was thinking about this. The 14-inch is actually perfect because it is long enough. It's not short. I do not feel like it's too short for me. It's very appropriate, which is why I love it.
Yeah.
But it's it could be a little short on you because you have longer legs.
Okay, I'm going to check it out. I like that.
It's so flattering. We just were talking about flattering. It's like wave this into everyday wardrobe.
Flatters it. Okay.
Yep. All right. What's your obsession?
You know, one of my podcasts I like, Bad on Paper. One of the co-hosts of that, Becca, has a newsletter that I follow, which is a great newsletter to sign up for. BeccaFreeman.com. I think you can sign up for it. But she had a recipe in her last newsletter that I tried, and my family is loving this. It is called the like viral spicy rice and chicken in a bag.
Oh.
But basically it's a rotisserie chicken. You pull off the meat and put it back in the bag.
Okay.
Cup of cooked rice, chopped cucumbers, little like I think the herbs really zhuzh this up. So we did some like chopped chives and some parsley, soy sauce, white vinegar, sesame seeds, and shake. You can make this thing in like literally, I can even make it in less than 10 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
And it is tasty and it saves great. It's like good cold, good hot. One of those.
Okay. Love it.
Anyways, this thing is put it in the recipe or the rotation.
I'm going to task you with something.
No, I don't want to do your Wednesday recipe.
Come on. I just want you to video yourself. Have Grace video you do it. Well, of course I will, but like, wouldn't it be fun for you to have Grace video it?
Here's the thing. A good Instagram recipe video has just the right lighting and all the things. I don't have the setup ready. You're all ready.
Some weeks are better than others because sometimes I just go when I'm cooking. I'll just put my phone up and start doing it with no prep. And I don't have my setup or anything, and it's perfect. It's fine.
Well, I think this should be your weekly, this week or next week when you have time to go get the ingredients.
Well, all right. Thanks for putting the task back on me. I was
tried to delegate. Blocked. All right, let's wrap this baby up.
One day.
Denied. All right. Okay. All right. Follow us on all the things if you don't. We love you guys. Appreciate you listening.
Lilas.
Lilas.